do all MSPs have the skill set required to not only sell, but to introduce and set up, configure cyber services for all small, medium-sized businesses, especially in your local area? That is today's video. Let's jump right in. So, as you guys know, I started my own thing on the side, media business, and what I am building up. I joined two Chamber of Commerce, I think that's what they're called, for small, medium businesses. They also have some large ones, nothing like Fortune 500, that kind of crazy. But I did the Arlington, where I live, Arlington, Texas, and I also did the Fort Worth one. And even before that, I did some talking, had some friends contact me, kind of told them my idea at first of just doing the pen test red teaming thing. And they kind of pivoted me towards, doing the whole cyber suite, only a cyber MSP, not the help desk, break fix, IT kind of thing. That's not what I do. However, talking to some of these people that are, in the MSP business that do the IT break fix, new hire setup, stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. I respect that field highly. I used to work with them when I was in the facility side of things, especially getting new hire setups at GoPro when we were in the startup phase, having to deal with a bunch of fucking idiots as far as customers, right? Those internal employees, contractors that are a pain in the ass, you know what I'm talking about, our customers, because 99.9%, the ones that are complaining at help desk are also the ones going back in the facility, workplace, services, and real estate teams. So I know what it's like from that end of it. Now, talking with some of these guys, I think this is actually might even be a bigger issue because speaking, for those that really don't know, I'm stoic. You see me even on some of these live hackings, I'm quiet, I'm methodical. I don't really talk. I'm focused, hyper-focused. So in meetings, even at work, I'm not one to hear myself talk. Stoic, I listen, play the room. So when I'm listening and asking questions about, some of these guys that are CEOs, VPs of sales, these local MSPs at, not just the Chamber of Commerce meetings, breakfast, coffee meetings, etc., networking events, but also some of these Facebook groups. A lot of them that I have spoken to just here in the lower, I guess, end of the DFW area, don't have a fucking clue about cyber. I don't know how they are able to sell cyber to these small and medium businesses. That is scary. I think I know two for a fact. All they had was their CISSP. I went and checked their LinkedIn's. There's no way they should be not only selling cyber, but doing some of the services that they're telling me that they provide for their customers or clients. I'm real blunt when I, have one-offs on the side when people ask me questions. My model is we are built by hackers. We're not in suits. So, built by hackers, not suits. I don't play that. Like I go to the meetings, I'm wearing my DEF CON shirt. There's time and place for a blazer and stuff like that. I don't think there's a need for a suit unless I'm doing some kind of crazy ass espionage, red team engagement, physical engagement. But other than that, I keep it real and 100. Real authentic cybersecurity people that have the skill set, that are hands-on keyboards, that have actual practical certs, not multiple choice certs. If you don't have one area of a skill set, let alone could bring a team that does have that kind of skill set. So let's say if you want to provide pen testing, red teaming, threat hunting, incident response, stuff like that. It's people that have managed EDRs, know how to set up, know how to do automation. I don't see how you could have someone selling these kind of services and let alone configuring them, doing these services for these businesses and not knowing what the hell they're doing. To me, that's that old saying is their version of a pen test is running a Nessus scan or one of these off-brand pen testing scanners and just slapping their logo and saying it's a compliance, it meets compliance. Um, Also, some of the EDRs that they're putting in, especially Sentinel One, I don't know how the fuck anyone could sell anyone Sentinel One. Um, it just blew my mind. I'm like, wow. It just amazes me. My thing is why I think this is a big concern is a lot of people are going to get duped with all these incidents, threats, breaches, increasing more and more and more. And not to mention the biggest kicker is these small and medium businesses are low hanging fruit, is what we call in the offensive security community. Um, I went to the Facebook meeting today. I don't know if you guys ever seen Back to the Future, where he's playing the guitar and he goes off the rocker with the 1980s song. Is it 1980s? Yeah. Uh, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is that?" So that's pretty much what I did at one of these meetings. I go, "Yeah, what if do any of you guys use Azure, AWS, Google?" They're like, "Yeah, we all use that." I go, "What are you guys doing to prevent someone using a C2 with AWS, Azure, Google redirectors? Do you guys have any kind of alerting on that?" Or they had no fucking clue of what I was talking about. And I kind of did go off the rails. I just wanted to see what people would say because these are actual threats that are going to happen. Um, Maybe I went a little overboard on that, but you get the picture, right? Like I'm there to think big picture, small, big picture, but actual the meaningful ones, right? Not these stupid cookie cutter bullshit scenarios that probably aren't going to happen. None of them really have a good EDR, let alone any kind of EDR. That's number one. No processes in place. Don't have anything. They wouldn't know what to do if there's an incident. How to retrieve their data? Do they even know, or the person that is taking care of them know that there's routes to go to work with someone to get their data back? Now, it's not guaranteed that they don't make a copy and release it, but that is possible. So, stuff like that just really threw me off guard. And it's sad because, my dad's a mechanic and mechanic shops took the whirlwind, like started like probably around 2005 to be known as, fucking people over, right? They just got a bad rep. I don't know if it's out here in the U.S., like everywhere in the U.S., but I know in Northern California, they got a bad rap. Good mechanics are hard to find. And my thing is, I don't want cybersecurity from a local, small, medium business standpoint to become like that. There are a lot of people that just like, it just amazes me, especially when they're handling people's financials, their mortgages, um, all their data, and they got nothing in place. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's sad. And what's even sadder is you got salesmen selling snake oil to them, um, which is even horrible. And my goal is to change that. I'm not one to call people out or do any of that shit, but I will call it as it is as I see it. Um, so that is my goal, is to bring some attention to that in the area. And actually, I'm going to be start doing some lives, demos, and stuff like that on my Facebook page, OX3 Security Facebook page. Once I get 100 followers, so please follow OX3 Security on Facebook so we can start going live. Um, yeah, I just wanted to see if any of you guys seen that. I asked a couple friends on our hacking team today, and they pretty much both said yes, and in both two different regions that I am. And it's sad because it's I don't want it to hurt the industry, but more importantly, don't hurt those businesses because it's going to be really hard for them to trust someone. And going forward, I'm just going to tell someone if they have a certification or two that is multiple choice, do your due diligence on that person. Look at their LinkedIn, see their history, see where they worked at, contact some of the people they know, get a background check on them, especially if they're selling you stuff like that. That is snake oil. That sounds too good to be true. Like I said, I don't know everything at all. I will never be considered an expert or call myself an expert. Cybersecurity is too big to know everything. I'm glad I got people that trust in me and what I'm doing and believe in what I'm doing and I'm willing to step in when I need help. And hopefully this thing grows and there at the time I could bring them on. But because that is also one of my concerns is, stopping people from getting fucked over like that. But yeah, that's what I saw kind of, this past couple of weeks. It just really hit hard locally. So feel free in the comments if you guys know local MSPs that sell snakeskin oil as cybersecurity services. And also remember, if anyone's watching that owns a small or medium business, cybersecurity is not IT, cybersecurity is not help desk. It formulated back in the day, but they are two completely different entities. IT and cyber is like legal and workplace services. They are completely different. Your in-house guy or contracted person that does IT help desk is not going to know how to respond to an incident response, do threat hunting, do a pen test, red team, engagement, go in depth on using your EDR, like CrowdStrike, getting some of that threat intelligence, some of that data. They're probably not going to know that part, but at least the other ones, they're probably more than likely not going to have any kind of knowledge or skill set like that. It's completely different. And again, I'm not knocking them because I don't know help desk. I worked with them, but I don't know them. I don't know what it's like to be under a help desk. I never was a help desk technician. I never was IT. And that's why I'm trying to build a cyber only MSP. I don't do help desk and stuff like that because I've never done it. I don't have that experience. And I'm not going to lie and say that I could do it just because I could set up a computer and put windows and all that shit at my house. That's different than doing it at an enterprise or a business level. So that's what I tell people. So that kind of throws people off too when I tell them that we only do cyber. We are not a help desk IT MSP. So no break fixes, no CDW contracts, none of that shit. So that's the video for today. Just wanted to bring some light on that. And let me know in the comments if you guys have heard or seen that stuff where you live locally. And share, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget, tomorrow I'll be live 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on InfoSec Pat's Thirsty Thursdays podcast. So on to the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.